Okay, so here is a funny, neat video that explains a couple things and shows a neat fix that some of you may or may not already know. So we'll jump right in. And Mark was finishing up the car the other day. The only thing that was left, if you guys have been watching, we finished it, got it out, did a couple just cruise around the block to have fun, and then finish up some things. The car had awful brakes, so Mark was going to hold on to it and get the brakes much better, at least decent. So, and then he had a bunch of stuff to do, house and other things that don't really matter to you guys. Anyway, I was like, hey, bring it up. I'll finish doing the wiring, some other stuff. I have a small list of things. I'll go over it in another video. So Mark fixes the brakes, takes it out, rolls into it once or twice, and the thing showers all the coolant out of the car and overheats. And he calls me and he's like, I don't know what I did. I'm sorry. I didn't break it. Anyway, I'm like, it must be a head gasket because you just rolled into it and it had an issue. Anyway, I'm like, if it's broken, whatever, bring it over here. It's not like I don't know how to fix these things. You're probably burned out from this thing for now. We want to keep it fun, so bring it over. So he brought it over. I made the video you guys might have just watched today, last night when he brought it over. And then shortly after I made the video, I was like, screw it. I got to rip this thing apart and see what's up with the head gasket. So you're watching next my evaluation and fix of the damaged head gasket. Sorry if that's a little bit of a spoiler for you guys.
Well, let's say I lost the head gasket, man. F***ing unbelievable. Hot as a motherfucker.
Just swapped out the shifter plate. Now we got neutral, reverse park, reverse, neutral. That's first. Pull 1, 2, solid, and then 2, 3 with the lever. So cylinder number 2, 160 psi. Cylinder number 8, 40 psi. All right, so check this out. I got one of my old compression tester heads in cylinder number 8 that has 40 pounds of static compression, and I hooked it up to my compressor, which only has about 50 pounds in it. And when I hook it up, listen to this. Hear this? Hear that? All going into the coolant jacket, boys. Oh, yeah. Nice blow-off valve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the main event, I yanked the cylinder head off, and it is obviously a 99 long crank, paper head gasketed, and you can see right down here is the culprit. That guy pushed right out into the coolant jacket. Piston looks fine, no marks in anything, everything looks beautiful. So, look at the nice milkiness on there. So this side is gonna get an MLS gasket. I have gaskets laying around, used ones. So we're gonna figure that out. Anyway, that is definitely an old injury. We don't have to talk about that. That has been there. That's probably why the motor was yanked. So, we're gonna I think I have some leftover 6-liter or 5.3 head gaskets laying around, and I probably should do the other side in steel, because you can guarantee if this side was boiled over and pushed out, maybe that side was. Maybe we'll do a compression test and leave one side paper and one side steel and go fast anyway. So, figured I'd share. As I was quickly razoring the cylinder head to clean it off, I found this massive pitted area where the coolant jacket was, and part of me just wants to throw this thing right back on and laugh about that, and we'll see what happens. I mean, this has a little bit of pitted area too, so it is what it is. So I guess we'll see what happens at this point. It'll be a funny joke. Okay, boys, ultimate slap job. I had 6-liter head gaskets laying around. Here's one half of them. That's the blown out 4/8 composite paper head gasket. That's a steel MLS 6-liter gasket. I copper RTV'd it, shoved it on, razored the head and the block. The head has a hell of a lot of corrosion in the one spot, and slapped it back on, and got my compression tester in number 8, which was 50 PSI. Just tightened down my rockers, and we're gonna crank it and see if pressure.